Salutations, Jones Nation. Welcome back to the show. And today, he is reviewing Mary Queen of Scots. I missed out on the showing, so he's going to tell us what he thought about it.
Yes, it was quite good, is my initial thought. The actresses, Margot Robbie and Charlize Ronan, were awesome. I mean, Charlize Ronan, she chewed up and owned every scene she was in. And Margot Robbie started out as the beautiful Margot Robbie that we know and love, and it showed why she went to that Queen Elizabeth heavy white cake makeup and red hair things during the movie. So that was cool, because I always wondered why they thought that was cool looking, but there's a reason, and it's in the movie. As a period piece, it was really, on so many levels, it was good. But as so many movies do these days, there's a giant gravy bowl ladle of political correctness across this.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the trailers, you see, Asian and black people in high nobility places, and some people even said that the two queens didn't even really meet in person. I mean, that's what I was seeing in the comments, at least when I was looking at the trailers. People are having a problem with all that stuff, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it. Here we are in the late 1500s, in the 16th century, and they're showing that 10% or more of the High Council of England and Scotland are black people. What would happen if we suddenly showed that 10% of the Zulu nation was white people? You go, what? That's not right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking there. And then she has 4 ladies in waiting, or gentlewomen as she called them, and one of them is Asian. And I'm thinking, it was mid to late 1500s before the outside world even went to Japan and China. So I'm not sure how there was suddenly an Asian girl, I don't know what nationality exactly, but as one of her, her ladies in waiting.
So as a history buff, don't go see this movie, you have a lot of gripes.
Yeah, but other than that, it tried. The other thing, I'm sorry, one more thing just griped me every time I saw it. They kept showing women in long dresses riding astride a horse like a man would ride. And back then, any lady who rode on a horse would have been riding side saddle. Yeah. Let alone, you can't do it in a big skirt that goes all the way to the ground, because it would ball up in front of you if you could sit over it. Besides, no lady would allow herself to be, subjected to that. And here it was over and over again. So I'm like, okay, for modernizing it and skipping over details, then why try to be so authentic? Because there were a lot of things that were very authentic, and it felt right, and I liked it. And it was showing the trials and tribulations of 2 women trying to rule their countries in a sea of men who didn't look kindly on being led by women per se. And if they had just told the true history, it would have got that message across. But again, a couple times they just kind of stop, and it almost felt like we got to go into the toxic masculinity thing of the today's political correctness. So, but other than that, I mean, those are my picks. That's what was bugging me. But I mean, again, Margot Robbie and Charlize Ronan just did a fabulous job as actresses. They just nailed the parts, and it really, in a lot of levels, seemed to give me an understanding of what they were dealing with, because the same attributes that a man can get away with, and when a man is the king, there are men around him trying to knock him down or take over. I mean, everybody's always trying for power, but when there were women, they were having to battle not only the fact that there were people who would try for their power, but would use their femininity against them. So, oh, they're women, how can they do this? And so that part was really showed you, it gave you an insight to the battles that those 2 women had, and were able to, especially in Queen Elizabeth's case, she was able to weather the storm and and remained queen for quite a long time, successfully.
Okay. And so you think older audience would definitely be fine with the movie for the most part if they can get past the history issue.
The revisionist history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. In fact, I asked some of the people sitting around me what they thought of it afterward, and they were like, "Oh, it was pretty good, but it would be neat to see it again on cable, maybe, to catch more of the little nuances, because despite the fact they're speaking English, they're speaking with quite heavy accents. So, as a stupid American, I was kind of happy when a couple times people either spoke French or Italian, and they would put subtitles. Like, good, I can read that.
Now, what do you think about my generation going to see this movie? You think this is their kind of movie, or not really?
No, I don't think. I mean, unless you're a history buff, or you're a fan of one of these two main ladies, and they were awesome, it's probably a wait till cable kind of thing. And I'll tell you what, we were there. I was there for it was a free pre-screening, and the line was absolutely the shortest line I've ever seen. It was a half at most of what normally, and there were plenty of seats, so people were staying away in droves.
Wow.
But the audience, the people who were there, liked it, and there was lots of good lines. There was and jokes. I mean, people broke out laughing, at the appropriate times, and they oohed and awed at the right moments too. But I think it skews to an older crowd and a little more. Hardly any special effects, no car chase scenes.
I know it's unfortunate. No carriage chase scenes or anything like that?
No.
And green screen carriage chase scenes like Robin Hood? No? That's a shame.
So, no, not being like Robin Hood is one of the few things that got right.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, very good. So, that's it, guys. If you like the review, drop a like. If you dislike the review, drop a dislike. Let us know why in the comments. And leave a comment. Are you interested in seeing this movie? You're not interested in seeing this movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it because of certain aspects? Let us know. Let's have a discussion.
All right. And remember, you can follow us on Joe's Boys Review on Instagram and Twitter.
That's right. And until the next one, adios, nation.
Peace.